One of Boston's best city high school football rivalries is between the Tech Boston Bears and their fellow Dorchester resident Latin Academy Dragons. Their annual matchup has been dubbed the Mason Cup after longtime Dorchester High School head football coach Joe Mason. Now in its 11th season, the Mason Cup has changed hands quite a bit over the years, but Tech Boston came into Friday with a small winning streak against the Dragons. And with the Bears still looking for their first win of the season, they hope that the Mason Cup mini winning streak would continue. Let's head out to White Stadium for this one. The ESC Latin Academy wide receiver Ryan Wynn. He's got 3 total touchdowns coming into through the first 2 games of the season. We're going to pick it up in the first quarter. That's Zach Maffeo looking for Wynn down the sideline. 80-yard touchdown connection with that beautiful catch and throw over the shoulder there. Latin Academy goes up 6-0. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Tech Boston punting the football. Wynn fields it right around the 24-yard line and finds a seam. 76-yard punt return for a touchdown, but oh, there is a flag on the play. They bring this one back for a holding penalty on the Dragons. Latin Academy does not score after that one. 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Tech Boston trying to get things going. Marcus Gonzalez up to the 45-yard line. That one is good for 17 yards. But then on 4th down, it's Sean Gomez, the quarterback, with nowhere to go with the football. He's dropped for a loss. Tech Boston goes scoreless through the first half as Latin Academy leads 6-0. Fast forward now to the fourth quarter, still 6-0. It's Ryan Wynn again, this time on an end around, and he cuts it right back up the middle to find pay dirt. 39-yard touchdown run for the Dragons senior receiver, and Latin Academy goes on to win 12-0 as they take home the Mason Cup, which will be returning to the Latin Academy hallways. Rest of the scores from the weekend: East Boston edges out Brighton 30-28 in overtime as Dom Russo with a passing touchdown and 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 in OT for the Jets. West Roxbury takes down O'Brien 28-14. Pena with a receiving touchdown and a kickoff return for a touchdown for the Raiders. Meanwhile, English and New Mission take down Jeremiah Burke 24-6. Takari Hobbs with a 25-yard touchdown run for the English New Mission Co-op. Charlestown takes down Excel 24-19. Juwan Ryan, 2 rushing touchdowns and a kick return for a TD for the Charlestown Townies. And Madison Park takes down Keith Tech for their first win of the season, 34-12. And Boston Latin loses to the Wayland Warriors 46-21. Tucker with 158 rushing yards and 4 TDs for Wayland. Several big wins for a handful of teams across the city, but still a lot of football left to be played before the playoffs roll around in late October. Let's switch gears now to the basketball scene, where we have 2 stories from the local high school Hardwood. The first has to do with one of the coaches, and boy is it big. As first reported by the Boston Herald's Danny Ventura, after 9 very successful seasons as the head coach of the Brighton Bengals boys basketball team, Hugh Coleman is heading home to Charlestown. Hugh played for Charlestown High School from 1993 to 97 and worked as an assistant for 6 seasons under legendary Charlestown head coach Jack O'Brien. Coleman will be the 3rd head boys basketball coach at Charlestown High School since O'Brien left in 2006. Hugh leaves behind a 9-year run at Brighton where he compiled a 152-63 record, including 3 Boston City championships and Brighton's first 2 state championship titles in school history. Bengal assistant coach Curtis Grant is expected to be Hugh's successor at Brighton High. Other news from the Hardwood: Jeremiah Burke sharpshooter LeVar Williams has committed to play basketball for Division I New Jersey Institute of Technology Highlanders. In LeVar's junior season at Jeremiah Burke, he made 128 3-pointers for the Bulldogs, guiding them to the school's first state semifinals in 20 years this past season. Williams also earned all scholastic honors from both the Boston Globe and the Boston Herald in 2018. So congratulations to LeVar Williams. Make sure you head out to Burke High School this year and watch him during his senior season before he makes his way down to New Jersey. Folks, that's going to do it for sports this week. Make sure you come right back here next time for more on Boston Neighborhood Sports.